What's up, rock stars? Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Deborah. I'm a holistic health coach. I'm also a plant-based chef. I ran a juice bar for 14 years. And as always, this channel is dedicated to bringing you very simple, easy, delicious, and very healthy, nutrient-rich meals that you can simply make in your own kitchen at home to help you improve digestion, support your health, support your immune system, and just go out and live your best life because you're fueling yourself with really healthy foods. So tonight we're gonna be making a delicious stuffed bell pepper recipe. It's a quinoa stuffed bell pepper. So the recipe is directly below this video, and I also am including a link to my Healthy Fall recipe pack that includes metabolic superfoods. So if you haven't grabbed that yet, click that link, get yourself a whole bunch of delicious Healthy Fall recipes that are gonna be great for your digestion, great for your metabolism, and help support your health as we head into the winter months. Let's get into this recipe. Okay, so let's go over the ingredients that we're gonna be using to make our quinoa stuffed bell peppers. We're gonna need 1 cup of cooked quinoa, a cup of corn. You could use frozen corn or canned corn, just make sure you rinse it and defrost it. We need 1 cup of diced tomatoes. We need 1 cup of black beans. And I used canned black beans and I just rinsed them, opened the can and rinsed them. We're gonna need a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of chili powder, then salt and pepper to taste. And of course, 4 bell peppers, any color will do. You can use green, you can use orange, doesn't matter. And then at the end, if you want to top this with cheese, if you eat cheese, you can use a shredded cheddar or some type of a shredded Asiago, something like that. If you don't eat cheese or don't eat dairy, you could use a vegan shredded cheese, or you could skip that altogether and you could top it with a little bit of nutritional yeast, a great addition to this dish if you don't eat dairy. So step 1, preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're gonna be using a baking dish for these. My peppers were kind of wobbly. So instead of using a baking dish, I'm using a large muffin tray. You could use either. And in terms of prepping your baking dish, you could put a little bit of water in the bottom of it, or you could put just a thin spray of cooking spray, cooking oil if you want to make sure that the peppers don't stick to the bottom of the dish. The first thing that you're gonna need to do is prep all your ingredients. And in the case of this recipe, it's really simple. It's mainly just opening cans and rinsing or draining. You're gonna rinse and drain your corn, your black beans, and open your can of diced tomatoes or dice your tomatoes. The other thing that you need to do is cook your quinoa. So I have a cup of tri-colored quinoa here already cooked. If you're cooking it on a stove top, it's gonna be 2 cups of water to 1 cup of quinoa, and you're going to bring it to a boil and then let it simmer for 12 to 15 minutes. If you're doing it in an Instant Pot, it's actually 1-to-1 ratio, and it only takes about 1 minute to pressure cook on high. So once you've gotten your quinoa cooked and your other ingredients rinsed and drained, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the tops off of our bell peppers. So go ahead, slice the top off, and we're gonna cut out the seeds and any other parts that are in the middle of this. So I'm just pulling that right out and emptying it out. And we'll do that with all 4 peppers. Okay, and don't throw away all this good pepper meat. We don't wanna waste that. So go ahead and you can just chop around the outsides of the stems. And I'm just gonna give the tops of the peppers a little dice. We're gonna go ahead and mix this right into our pepper stuffing mixture. So, step 2 is gonna be to combine all of the ingredients. So you're gonna need just a medium-sized mixing bowl, 1 cup of quinoa in the bowl, 1 cup of black beans, a cup of corn, drained, rinsed. Let's add in all of our pepper toppings that we just chopped up. Nice. And then our diced tomatoes. So now we're just gonna mix this all together until it's really thoroughly blended. And then we're gonna add a teaspoon of chili powder and a teaspoon of cumin. So let's go ahead and do that now. These spices are gonna give, number one, a delicious flavor to the mixture, but also chili powder is a metabolism booster. It's included in my Healthy Fall recipe pack because it is indeed a natural stimulant to the digestive system. And one of the goals of my Healthy Fall recipe pack is to provide you with recipes that are gonna really work to stimulate your metabolism, help your body stay on track, especially as we head into the colder winter months, as I keep on saying. I've got a nice blend there. And then I'm just gonna do a little salt and pepper to taste. A little bit more heat with some black pepper, not too much. Mix those all in. And the next thing we're gonna do is, you guessed it, we're gonna fill our bell peppers. So step 3 is to fill all of our peppers with this mixture. And then step 4, the very final step, is gonna be to top these with a little bit of cheese. So I'm using a shredded cheddar. Okay, so I've got my peppers topped with the shredded cheese, and I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the oven and let them bake for 20 to 25 minutes. So I'll set my timer for 20 minutes and I'll check them then. And let's see how these do. Guys, these peppers are done and they look so delicious and they smell. The cumin and the chili powder in there, you can really smell it. The whole kitchen smells amazing. Take a look at those beauties. Oh, dripping with some cheese. So you can always cook them just a little bit longer if you want the top to brown more than that, but basically 20 to 25 minutes baking and these are done. So enjoy, and please let me know if you make this recipe and you love it. And play around with the filling too. If you don't want to use black beans, you could always use a plant-based or vegan meat. You could use a different kind of legume. There's lots of different ways you can get your protein in there. So enjoy this recipe and definitely let me know if you make it. So until I see you next week, may you be vibrant.